Hey everyone, how are you? I am back with another reading, and this is going to be Taurus placement reading. So, welcome back. If you are a subscriber, thank you guys so much for being here. And if you're new, welcome. My name is Stephanie. I'm 1111 Witchy Babe, and I'm an intuitive tarot reader. I'm going to be looking at today Taurus placements and what's going to be going on this month, the month of May. Like I always do, whenever I'm late, I do apologize for being late on this reading. I have been so swamped with all of your guys' personal readings, which I am so thankful and just in awe of, that I've been super behind on the YouTube readings. So I do apologize that this series is coming out late, but better late than never, right? So what we're going to be doing today, again, if you are new, we're going to be looking at Taurus placements. So this could be a Taurus Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, Venus, or Mars, and I'm actually going to be adding on the North Node as well. I've been getting the push to add that placement onto my readings, so that's also going to be included. So make sure you are checking out your other placements. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out the description box below for a link to a free website where you can create your natal chart and get learning about all these other placements you have other than your sun sign. Okay. So, in this reading, we are going to be doing my normal dive in, where I just dive on into the cards, see what's happening, tell you the messages that are coming out for May. But I'm also going to be adding on a specific love section to the reading. So that's also going to be included in this reading as well. And the decks I'm going to be using with you all today, I'm using two new decks that I have recently gotten. I got the Cosmic Tarot. It's fantastic tarot deck. And I also am going to be using the Karma cards, which you will see often on YouTube. I just had never, hadn't gotten my hands on them yet, and I absolutely love them because I love Astro decks. And you know I have my one that, for you guys that have been watching me back here, we have my Black Moon Astrology cards. They're amazing, beautiful, but they're gigantic. So some days I would just prefer to not be shuffling a bunch of giant cards. And then we have our card of the day. So as always, if you're new, I draw a card each and every day for myself and for all those I'll be reading that day. And today's card is Enlightenment. So the message I put off on Twitter, which is where I put my daily messages at, so make sure you're following me there, 11 on Witchy Babe. But the message I put out there was that if you want to go to the next level in your life, you're going to have to face some fear. You're going to have to face something that makes you uncomfortable. You're going to have to accept that that's what's going to be coming in. Some things, if you want to level up, things are going to get a little uncomfortable during that process. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. A lot of times the things we're afraid of are like nothing. I don't know how many times you have been fearful of something, and it actually happens, and it's not as nearly as bad as what you had built it up to be in your head. I think pretty much any negative circumstance I've been in where I knew it was coming and I had time to prepare to be terrified of it, it wasn't as bad. It wasn't nearly as bad as what I thought it was going to be. So, this is for all the moms out there. Think of, not everybody, but for a lot of us, going into labor, we might psych ourselves up way, way higher and more than what the actual process of giving birth ended up being for us. For others, it might be the opposite. Maybe you were chill and not worried, and, that's, everybody's different. Everybody has a different story with that. But I know a lot of people that they really worked themselves up prior to labor, including myself, and then it ended up being a totally different experience than you anticipated, and nowhere near as terrifying as you thought it was going to be. So, like that. That's basically, when you become a mom, you could become a dad, you're moving up into a whole new space. It's a whole new world. And so you are on this brink, those of you that are resonating right now, of leveling up in some way, going into a new part of your life. And so there's going to be this scary transition for you in one way or another. And maybe for Taurus energy, it's just because we are really resistant to change. So remember, I'm a Taurus Sun, Taurus Mercury. We're resistant to change. That is just, even though I have my chart is mainly mutable, and so I have all this other energy where they're very flexible and, adaptable. I am still a Taurus Sun. So whenever change comes up, I get uncomfortable, even if it's positive. So there's a change coming, and you're being told, like, hey, you're going to have to face some fears in order to get to the next level. So let's keep going. So we're going to do our dive in, our deep dive, to see what the heck's going to be going on this month for Taurus energy. And then we'll go into the relationship reading portion. So what's going to be going on for Taurus energy for the month of May? And sorry guys if you hear like a buzzing in the background. I have my fan on because it's a little bit warm today. So we have the Three of Cups reversed. We have the Four of Swords. Okay. So you're getting a little bit of call out Taurus energy. You know, it's our season. I just had my birthday. You know, a lot of you guys have had your birthday. Your birthday's coming up in May. And so you're getting a little bit of a call out that, you know, maybe a little bit too much celebration, a little too much, you know, drinking, a little bit too much food, especially Taurus. You know, we've been quarantined. I've been having a hard time with that. I'm like trying to get on the straight and narrow starting this month, starting today. I was like, I'm gonna let my birthday pass, you know, and then I will get really focused in on my diet and cleaning it up, and you know, getting your exercise routine back together. So you're getting a little bit of call out, a little bit too much celebration. You know, maybe for some of you this is going to be, you know, spending too much money. It's whatever. The Three of Cups reverse has such a hedonistic energy to it. So it's however you know, whatever your thing is, whatever you know you do too much of, and you have like that's your thing. It's not going to be food or drinks for everybody. You know, everybody has the kind of their thing that they're doing too much of. You're getting like, hey, it's time to chill. It's time to pull that back. And that's why it's fantastic that, you know, Taurus is literally like the most hedonistic sign. Like we are all about earthly pleasures. You know, Venus rules us, but it's the dark side of Venus that rules us. It's not the light side. It's not the Libra, the pleasant and beauty and art. And even though we have that too, but we're the darker side. We're the more of the what gives us pleasure and how can we continue to get that pleasure from that source, which is what Venus really does signify and stand for, besides the aesthetics and the pleasantries and the light side of Venus, right? So we have a tendency to just overdo it for things that feel good, taste good, smell good, whatever, and so you're being called to rein that in, try to control that urge to treat yourself, even though we're in our season, as much as possible, and try to pull yourself within a little bit with that Four of Swords. So that's all about meditation and reflection and kind of going in and seeking some answers. And with this is actually interesting. The imagery on this, they're in a group setting. So I don't necessarily feel such a strong pull to tell you guys that you need to maybe take some time out. But I feel like you need to, if you are in a space where you're giving your energy to a lot of different people, you're going to want to just pull your circle in. Like this is the time to connect with your soul family. This is the time to connect with those that you're really close to, and to have maybe some spiritual discussions, some higher vibrational discussions of things going on, and pull away from maybe the more party aspects of your life, or the more hedonistic and earth-based aspects. So this is telling you to, okay, you know, you got to pull away from earth. And even though it's like, I think Taurus is ruled by earth, to be honest, like, you got to pull a little bit away from the earthly pleasures and take your energy and, you know, maybe go into nature if you can and do some meditation, or speak with some like-minded individuals. You know, we can't really commune like this, but you can go, you know, YouTube has so many different readers, so many different spiritual channels. You know, expand your horizon in that way. Instead of indulging in the food and the drink, or maybe buying a bunch of stuff, take that desire for expansion, because that's kind of what it is, and put it in something else that expands your mind and your consciousness. And so, you know, linking up with the community, if you wanted my Facebook groups, you can join. You can check out the description box below for that. But there really is, you know, you can find great communities in just these comment sections. And here, there's one developing here. There's other places, other channels. I feel like somebody needs to be told, like, expand from just my channels like mine, where, you know, I focus on tarot and astrology. There's other aspects to spirituality besides these two topics, and I think you need to expand your mind a little bit, because maybe there's some connections that you need to make outside of, you know, this particular subset of this spiritual and metaphysical occult circle, right? There's other things going on. So let's continue. And like, I'm super into a lot of different things. It's just I don't talk about it on this channel. I don't feel like I only talk about stuff in a public setting like this that I feel like I'm an expert on. So I'm not gonna go into other things, but I love to learn and expand my mind and reach out to other communities and see what it's like. So I suggest that. That's what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing that you should consider that. Okay, let's see what else. All right. I was like, a card came out, but I couldn't find it. But this is fantastic. So we do have the Nine of Pentacles. Now, the Nine of Pentacles is this treat yourself energy. But, you know, I think this is like, with the two kind of opposing energies, anytime that happens in a reading, it's always like reminding me to not, you don't want to go to the extreme of anything. You know, you don't want to go to the extreme of restriction. You want to treat yourself, you know, take care of yourself, do the things that make you feel happy, but don't go in excess, like with the Three of Cups in reverse. Like, that is an excessive energy. And so that's what I see here. I also feel like this exploration during this month of your higher mind and like maybe doing some more meditations or just, you know, expanding your mind in whatever way that you choose to, could lead to some continued, I'm hearing continued Knight of Pentacles energy. I feel like a lot of you stepped into the Knight of Pentacles energy at the beginning of Taurus season, but this is something that can continue on into Gemini season. And so maybe this is like, hey, you know what? Chill a little bit in the beginning of this month, right? Or chill whenever, if you are hearing this message whenever, chill out a little bit with what you're doing. Make sure you find your balance, because if you find your balance, you do your other side, you know, you step away from the earthly pleasures and you step into the higher realm, you do your work there, you expand your mind, then when you come back down, you got that waiting for you. You got the Nine of Pentacles, you can treat yourself again. And how wonderful would that be to be able to indulge in that, the earthly realm and the pleasures, and then when it's time to focus on higher vibrational things, not higher vibrational, but higher a mind, you know, taking yourself from the physical realm into your spiritual space, to go back and forth between those two worlds, because they're both amazing, right? Okay, so, and I just love this back here. It's just so pretty, and God, it's this quarantine. It's like, look how pretty and open and spacious that is. But no, I really feel like this is it's a call out, it's a warning, but it's like, hey, if you just maintain balance, you're gonna get the best of both worlds. That's what I see. Okay, let's see. Anything else in general? Let's use our tarot, the karma cards, astro cards. Okay, we have the moon, and we have defend, accept, and let your feelings tell you how to. Okay, yeah, so you're really getting called this month. It's that you need to, I'm not really feeling the defend at all, to be quite honest, but I'm feeling more of the accept energy here, and letting your feelings flow, because that's something that earth signs have a difficult time doing. And even if you have water placements in their chart, you know, having an earth sun is going to make it more difficult for you to access your emotions in a way where you can just accept them and let them flow and then release them. You know, you might pull them in and want to break them down and analyze them, or you might want to bury them, depending on, you know, how you are. But this is like, you know, this is that call to meditate, to go to a higher mindset, to engage in different things that will help change how your perception of life, and you need to be willing to be receptive of this information. You need to be open to receive without accept. And you also need to be open to feelings. So, you know, you're going to have some maybe feelings. Maybe it's because you're going to be, you know, I don't know, dieting and it pisses you off. And so you're going to have to go through some emotions with that. And maybe link that back, like, what is the cause of this? What is this connected to? You know, is there something else going on besides just being grumpy and mad that I'm not going to eat what I want in this moment because I know I don't need it, or whatever it is. And so just let those kind of feelings and frustrations come up and see where they're really rooted in, because that can also be some of this higher mind thinking. Okay, so let's go over to the love department. So I'm going to be using the Rebel deck, Couples Edition, and I'm also going to be using the Love Oracle cards, along with the tarot deck. Okay, so what's going to be going on for my Taurus placements for love and relationship? And now I will say, sometimes I bring up my people in relationships, but this is generally going to be geared towards those that are single or having difficulties in their relationships and their connections. But unless, you know, a lot of the times the messages for people in relationships are very, there's not that much energy coming out for you guys. So I apologize. But there always could be a message in here for you regarding a different type of relationship that doesn't have to do with your, you know, your romantic partner. Okay. I had somebody comment the other day that they were, I was talking about their sister. So I thought that was really cool because, you know, I am asking just for relationships and love. And so that's all of our connections, right? Okay. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. So some of you are dealing with this month a relationship that you thought was going to be pretty solid, was going to be something that lasted a while. You know, something like this was going to be your person. Maybe you were going to get married and start a family with them. You know, maybe you guys were going to merge your families together. I'm seeing two people with families already, like have children or pets or whatever, and they're merging together to create a home. And this like situation went bust. So let's see why it's coming up. You know, I don't feel like this is like it's going bad in May for the majority of people. Maybe this is a warning for a couple, but I think this is a situation that already went bust and it's just bringing it back up in May. So let's see. Ah, my cards are flying. Ten of Swords reversed. Okay. Yeah, this seems like a situation that you are the other person you're involved with in it. You're not releasing that this just didn't work. They're still holding on to it. Because the Ten of Swords is it's a difficult energy, but I do prefer it compared to a lot of the other swords options in the deck. Because it does indicate when it's upright that you are bottomed out. That you know what, I'm just going to take these swords. I'm done. I'm going to let the pain go through and I'm going to let it be done and over so that I can start anew. And, but when it's reversed, you're resisting that, just letting it go. So here we got Taurus being stubborn. I mean, that's so stereotypical. So you're holding on to something, or you're dealing with somebody else that's holding on to something. Maybe you're both doing the same thing. You know, you could be dealing, since our first card is the Pentacle, you could be dealing with another earth sign. So this could be a Taurus, Virgo, a Capricorn, or have that in their chart. And then the Four of Wands reversed. Yeah, this situation, you know, you guys need to let it go, because this is not going to, until you can release this Ten of Swords and send it upright and just bottom out and let yourself, and maybe that's what part of that, you know, the reading, the first part of the reading is that you're gonna have to face that fear of just accepting that wasn't this, that it wasn't the Ace of Pentacles. It wasn't. It was a false start to something that you thought was going to be substantial, but it didn't turn out to be. And so you have to let it go, because until you let it go, you're going to continue to be very unhappy. You're going to continue to create blockages when it comes to attracting people into your life in a relationship way. You're going to continue to just, I'm seeing a lot of yellow here in the cards, so it's going to remind me, and then we have the yellow over here. Solar plexus, I continue to feel maybe bad about yourself. This situation was not it. It wasn't it. And you know, it served a purpose, but that purpose wasn't the Ace of Pentacles. Now, for some people, this could be, I'm hearing, and this is only going to be for, you know, I don't feel like it's for a ton of people listening, but if it resonates, this could be that this relationship had a false start, a false, like, you tried to plant the seed and it, I don't know, rejected. Does that happen? I don't know. I live in the a suburb. I've never really done much gardening. I don't even know if you can't even call this a suburb, but I live too close to a city to have a lot of experience gardening. Even that's not an excuse. I want to, I will. Just, I haven't had a chance yet. So I don't know if a seed can reject, but it's like if you planted it and it didn't work, and an attempt to plant again is what I'm getting. But you have to release this feeling of failure first, because there is still like this blockage there before you can reach this happiness with this person. But overall, let me get another card here. I just don't feel like that's a lot of you guys. Yeah, okay. even, it's not even, okay, I did see reality. Your goals, so we have Capricorn. So you, again, here's Capricorn. Maybe you're dealing with a Capricorn, guys. Your goals, day-to-day reality of use in the most business-like way. Okay, so the day-to-day reality of reality. The reality of the situation. What is the reality of the situation? And if your situation, like, the people that this is like telling them, hey, just freaking let it go, Taurus, like shaking you, stubborn ass Taurus, let it go. You already know, like, it's not a good situation. Like, you can look at it, the reality of it, and like what this person, what's going on with them, what they're like, what they have going on in their life, and what they can offer you, and you're not about that. Like, they can't offer you something that it's not up to the standards of what you want. So even if you have, like, I feel like a lot of you, this is more about just this weird sense of failure that it didn't work and you thought it was it and you just don't want to be wrong. So you got to really think about that. Okay? All right, let's see what else is going on here. A couple quick oracles for some advice or any other information. Okay, we have talking in reverse. So, yeah, you're not talking, whoever this is about, you're not talking to them currently. And then we have Cupid's arrow. Have faith, love is coming. Surprise invitation or meeting, hesitation. I feel like they're definitely... Okay, so it's splitting again. For some of you, you're not going to get closure from this person. It's just not, it's never going to happen. Your closure from this situation comes from within, because any further contact with this individual, they're just going to suck you back into the nonsense, and it will keep cycling. Like, this is a very karmic type of relationship. It will keep cycling the same lesson over and over and over again. So there's no closure that can happen from that. It's just like Groundhog's Day over and over and over again, right? If you've seen that movie. But I do feel like this is telling you, like, just let it go, because Cupid is sitting there wanting to send this new love into your life, this new opportunity, but you're being stubborn ass bull and blocking it. So just please let it go. I also feel like some of you, this person's coming back into your life and is going to make contact, and you're going to hope maybe, you're going to be trying to seek that closure or that understanding. And you need to decide if you really want to go down that road again with this person, because I don't think you're that much different than my other group being told to let it go. But I'll let you decide if that is if this person does come back in. But for others of you, this person is not going to come back, and you're not going to get that closure, and so you need to just let it go. You need to let yourself fall completely on that damn sword and release. Okay? All right, girl with a snake. Empath and narcissist paradigm, being charmed or used, enabled boundaries. Yes, that, if you want your closure, for those that resonate with this, the person you were dealing with was a narcissist. Okay? That's what they were. Or they had narcissistic tendencies. We can't just label everybody that has these tendencies as narcissist unless you are a doctor, you're a psychiatrist. But this person has narcissistic tendencies, and they want to, that's the energy they're in, and you're an empath. And if you're not an empath, you're emotionally open and receptive, and that's the energy you're in. And so it is like this, if there's a strong connection and draw to one another, but it's not going to work. They are just going to drain you. It can't work. I know how much you want it to work, but it can't. They have to make the choice to fix themselves and heal themselves, and that takes a lot of time, and you shouldn't be sitting around waiting for it. So instead, please let them go, so you can have this, so Cupid can send his damn arrow and stop hovering over you, and you can have this connection with the next person coming into your life. Okay? All right, and so if you would like to book a reading about the next person coming into your life, I do offer a relationship prediction spread, so you can do that on my website. But if you're looking to book any other type of reading, head over to my website, 1111witchybabe.com. I have my readings still discounted until people are back to work and things are a little bit more normal. So there's still, a little bit of a discount there for you. And I hope you have a fantastic day whenever you're catching this. I will see you all next time. Have a fantastic birthday. And I hope to see you over in the comment sections, in my groups, and in the other readings. Please check your other placements because there's a lot of information and messages that come through, especially your moon and rising signs. So please make sure to check them out. All right, I'll see you all next time.